Hi, my name is Thais Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the fearful avoidance top emotional needs from relationships. And so what I mean here by emotional needs is like what the fearful one is really trying to derive emotionally from their romantic relationship. So the things that are like kind of overlapping between their emotional needs and romantic needs. And the reason this is so important is for us to recognize that where we have unmet needs, it starts triggering a response, right? And our whole system is designed to get our needs met, right? So when we have an unmet need for some kind of period of time, we start experiencing negative emotion. And that negative emotion is there to alert us and as a feedback mechanism to let us know, hey, something's out of alignment, something's not quite right. And it always falls into the area of either unmet needs or some kind of story we're telling ourselves with our minds, right? Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And if we can really start cleaning up both of those areas, we can see tremendous progress in the way that we feel. So, what we're doing is we're taking that understanding and awareness and we're applying that into the relationship we have with others, particularly our romantic relationships and what our emotional needs are there. And what I find for fearful avoidance is when we can pinpoint these things and we can learn to ask for these things and realize that these things are important to us, not only can we create more fulfillment in our relationships, but also we can start putting our finger on why we may be triggered by something when we're not really sure why. And what we know is fearful avoidants are often the pendulum swinging, right? They swing from their anxious side to their avoidance side. And if you can start realizing, oh, if I'm swinging from anxious to avoidant, or if I'm triggered or dysregulated in some way, I can start recognizing what my most important needs are in romantic relationships, pinpointing those needs, and then having discussions about them, finding strategies to get them met. And then I feel better and I feel regulated again. And I don't have to keep swinging from hot to cold all the time as I'm going through the pain and uncomfortable experience of having a need not being met, that my emotions are just there to alert me about so I can do something about it. So, with all of that being said, these are the needs that tend to be most important for fearful avoidance in romantic relationships. So we have acceptance and affection. These are really important for fearful avoidance. I wouldn't say in like the higher to lowest order. I wouldn't say these are the top, but these are coming in the top for fearful avoidance as a whole. Communication and depth of closeness are our next ones. They're sort of in alphabetical order here. But I would say depth of closeness is very, very high. Trust and consideration. Consideration is so much of what like builds trust. If I feel like somebody's truly going to care about me and consider me when they make tough decisions, or make decisions that could be related to me in a romantic partnership, then I'm going to feel like, okay, if I know that you can consider me and you're taking me into consideration, I'm going to feel like I have a greater sense of ability to trust you. So this is really important. Intimacy and respect are another two needs that are extremely important. Again, intimacy can be like physical intimacy, but can also really be like the amount of depth of connection, emotional intimacy, even things like physical touch can relate to intimacy. And then that respect component is really big for fearful avoidance. Now, here's some surprising ones. To be seen and to be understood are extremely important for fearful avoidance. My dear FAs, if you're watching this, I know that you spend a lot of time trying to over-explain yourself and make sure that you're understood and make sure people don't think that you're trying to be wrong or bad, or you're trying to hurt somebody's feelings. And you're really also like kind of defending your opinion all the time. And that's something you can work on as it relates to self-worth at a deeper level, but that's an important thing to recognize. Warmth is really important for fearful avoidance. And then here's some interesting things that are also surprising in romantic relationships. Fearful avoidants want to, from their romantic relationships, see progress and achievement. They want to see growth. FAs tend to be more growth driven than they consciously recognize. And when they step out of being in survival mode so much and get emotionally regulated, we usually see pretty strong correlations with fearful avoidance being very growth driven in other areas of their life. But in a romantic relationship, this is your need when you're always trying to put the pressure on yourself to have the best relationship ever, or not best relationship ever, sorry, best date ever. Like every time you spend time with somebody, there's this pressure on yourself to like make sure it goes perfectly, make sure that it's the best time. And that's related to progress and achievement. And And there's another dynamic related to growth in here too, which is challenge. Fearful avoidance, if they feel no challenge in relationships, really it kind of relates to like no growth in their romantic partnerships, which sort of dysregulates them emotionally as well. So this does fall under the category of these like relational emotional needs. Self-realization becomes important as a need for fearful avoidance as they become more and more healed and more on their path to secure. They tend to want to use relationships in a form of growth as well. Like, let's work through things. Let's talk about things. Let's see, what's showing up for me in my wounds. Let's try to understand you. And then to share and to express becomes really important to fearful avoidance when once they've developed a real bond. They can be a little bit one-sided and sort of like get you to open up and not share too much early on. But once that bond has really been solidified, fearful avoidants tend to share a lot with the people they've sort of led into the other side of their walls. And this is a really important emotional need. So these are really important things to keep your finger on. If you want to do a deeper dive into this work as a whole, we have our fearful avoidant reprogramming course, which talks all about how to like show up for these needs, create strategies to meet these needs. And we also have a really in-depth needs course that goes through all types of needs in all different areas of life. And it's called Discover, Embrace, and Fulfill Your Personal Needs. This is such a powerful thing to try out. You can try it out for free for 7 days. It's such a powerful course for fearful avoidance because of the fact that so much of this course and this work and healing your attachment style requires you actually being able to consider yourself and know that you have needs and stop deprioritizing your needs behind everybody else's in romantic relationships. So by knowing what your needs are and then having these sort of toolkits with actionable strategies to get them met, to request them, to meet them yourself, and to get rid of your fear of talking about your needs and asking for them from others. You'll start seeing that, wow, I feel more fulfilled as a person. I feel stronger in my sense of self. I'm able to set boundaries and not feel so triggered if I feel like somebody's pulling away. I don't have to get into my abandonment side. And I can really show up and articulate as well what's missing for me if something is not going as planned or I have needs that are unmet, so that then I can get them met and feel connected in my romantic partnership. So again, you can check that out in the link below. And I hope this is helpful for you to start sort of identifying more of your needs in this like emotional relational area. And of course, there are other ones as well, but these are sort of the top ones I see the most often. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're getting a lot of value from this channel and you enjoy watching through all the videos. And I will see you in the next one.